Yeah, it's a wonderful morning. The weather is cloudy and it's cool out there. Good morning. My name is Adenike Sonda. You're welcome to our political segment on AM Chat. So many things are happening. There's a lot going on out there, and especially when there's an election on Saturday. But I have two guests in the house. But before my guests come up, we're going to listen to what Nigerians have to say. You know, people went out yesterday and they did a vox pop to listen what Nigerians have to say concerning credible election, concerning the election that is to take place on Saturday. So we're going to take that so we can listen to what Nigerians have to say. So don't go away, we'll be right back.
It's a must that there must be a whole balloon in anything election. Only God will help and assist. We don't know where we're heading to already, but God is leading Nigeria right from the beginning, and we continue to lead and lead and lead till we get to our promised land.
An experience of the one that recently happened in Ekiti had shown that the electoral system has actually improved a lot. And very soon the same is going to repeat itself in Osun State. And we hope that that kind of smooth processes will be adopted in Osun's case as well. So that's what I have to say.
Yeah, for now, I would say it is, unlike the previous time. Because as of today, I watched on I watched the TV. I saw the INEC chairman, Jega. He was sensitizing people on one man, one vote. And even the local government, how they can still take it downwards, that they should not give in for any maybe hoodlums and probably any politician trying to kind of manipulate them. That they should just hold on to their votes, their vote counts, other than rigging.
For now, I can say it's very, very okay. I can commend them because what they have done so far in Ekiti State, the election was free and fair.
According to the recent development we have seen from states, other states, I think in Abia State, the last one in Osun, so I think INEC is coming up gradually.
Due to all what is happening here and there, so in the north as well, in the southeast here, so I don't have total confidence in it.
Actually, in Nigeria's election is very dubious. We all know that corruption is the first thing they have in their mind, and I don't know, I just feel INEC will know what to do to make the election process go through and good.
Well, Nigerians, we know what's going on really. Election in Nigeria is not really election. People don't really, our votes don't count. So I wouldn't say I have confidence in the election. I don't.
They are performing. They are doing well. But I think everything is basic on our government. They are doing a great job.
Also commendable because we have heard of so many things at misappropriations. I mean, some very wrong notions that we have had, especially concerning the election at Abia State or something. So, and for me, it's not so far because they are at very credible positions, and what they do for the citizenry counts a lot to help better our democracy. So.
Despite that, things have changed. We cannot compare with the olden system, olden time. At present now, the way they are doing things, they are performing, they are trying their best. Apart of using the militaries or power or all those things like that. But they are just going in sense not to rig, to make sure that things are in peace. If somebody can understand is understandable. That's to my own opinion.
I have a little confidence because based on what Tariq Jaga is doing right now, to eradicate all this kind of rigging of election, doing posting everything like that. Well, I think I have a little option.
Well, to my own opinion, INEC is trying their best, but to me, it's not that commendable. But because if you go to places like even tertiary institutions like University of Ilorin, when they are doing their election, I guess they vote on phone, whereby as they are voting, the result, everybody is seeing the results. But now, the thing is not transparent enough. So to me, it's not that commendable.
All right, you're welcome back. That's what Nigerians have to say concerning our electoral process. And well, like I said earlier, that a lot has been happening. We've had 2 elections, or rather, we've had 1 election this year. We're having another one this Saturday, so it's 2 elections this year. And then 2015 is just by the corner. So right now, we're going to talk about it, our electoral credibility. Has it been okay, our electoral process? What do you think and what do you feel? But we also have people in the House who are also going to discuss this issue. I have on my left, I have Rotarian Olukayode Ezekiel Salako. He is the National Coordinator of Change Agents of Nigeria Network. Good morning. You're welcome to our police station. Chad, we're fine.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
And good morning, Nigerians.
And on my right is a legal man, the barrister. He is Barister Ubani. He was the immediate past chairman of NBA Ikeja branch. Good morning, Barrister.
My pleasure. Morning.
You're welcome. Well, gentlemen, a lot has been happening in Nigerian politics, and we're going to talk about that. We're still going to enlighten. Like on this segment, we discuss, enlighten, and educate our viewers concerning what is going on. There's an election on Saturday, and that's what we're going to talk about that this morning. Let me first of all go to Rotarian Salako. Concerning do you think we were credible? Do you think we've really had a good electoral? How will you rate, just like others said out there, how will you rate our electoral process in your own terms?
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Nigerians. Well, as it is, and where we are, I think what they are making us believe, the electoral umpire, the almighty INEC, what they are making us to believe is that there is sincerity in all they've been doing. They have been making Nigerians believe that we should always expect credibility. We shouldn't doubt them. But we all know that it's always very, very difficult to have anything all good in Nigeria. This is Nigeria. And even if Professor Kayode has had that intention of making the electoral process, the electoral arrangement and all of that very credible, we all know that the political gladiators are out there very desperate to still make sure that the results come to their favor at the end of the day. And in that bit, they will always want to do all they can to shortchange the system and, if possible, frustrate it. So, I still want to see an election in Osun State on Saturday, that all Nigerians can unanimously agree, if not by everybody, that INEC has tried, at least this time. An election that will be devoid of complaints, irregularities, and all of that. So that's it.
Barister Ubani, how will you, on your own view?
Yeah, issue of electoral credibility, has been an issue in Nigeria. We have been very unfortunate, to have free, fair,
and credible election through which leaders, that will really actually give us good governance will emerge. Has been an issue, over the years. Apart from the election of 1983 that was truncated by the military, every other election has been very controversial. Even the one of 2011, it wasn't all that free and fair. But the point is, we can't use one single election like the one that took place in Ekiti, which is even being contested now, because some people branded it, scientific rigging. They need to have evidence to prove that, probably to now say that ANEC has actually improved, on the issue of electoral system. We need to, have it over time and see the credibility being maintained and see the issue of fairness in the electoral process being maintained. Then we can argue in a pass mark. One single election cannot in any way suffice, especially when you take into cognizance the one that took place in Anambra before the Ekiti, the one that took place in Delta State and all that, and then even the larger one that is coming up in 2015 that will involve many states. And now that you are having over militarization of the electoral process, we bought several thousands of the security personnel to come and man one state. Now, will you have such security personnel also to man all the how many states now that the election will take place in 2015 in order to guarantee the issue of same fairness and credibility you are talking about? So it's an issue. So we need to really evolve an electoral system where everyone's vote will actually count, where one man's vote, becomes his own choice of who will rule him and all that, and that will be respected. If we evolve that, then we are really practicing democracy. For now, it is not a full-fledged democracy. We are still having an electoral system, which is very fundamental, very, very key for you to really say you are in a democratic setup. Issue of choice, who rules you? You must be in a position to determine that. So, but when it is being, truncated, when it is being manipulated, because of what they will gain, the packs of office is so much, and that is why we may not have electoral process that may be guaranteed that to be fair and free, because of what they will get. So they can kill, they can manipulate, they can manipulate the system in order to get there. Because the moment you get there, you're already a billionaire. The only way to become a billionaire in Nigeria is not in politics, not by industry. To get there, not by enterprise, not by any factory you have. You just get that politics, you're already a billionaire.
So obviously, you're saying they are just going there to make money.
To make money, that's because of the issue of going there to make money, they compromise the electoral system. So you do all manner of things in order to get there. After investing, because they have to reap, they would do all manner of things to make sure that.
Or should it be? Let me
fine.
To Rotarian and Salako. Should it be like that? Because he just said, Barister Ubani just said that they will go there to make money. No interest. They don't have the interest of the people at
we all know that it is not supposed to be like that. But unfortunately for us in Nigeria, what is normal in the Nigerian system is what is not normal. So what the Nigerian system embraces, in fact, what Nigerians even like as I have found out, are those abnormal things. The kind of people we celebrate, the kind of things we want, are the things that can never ever get in Nigerian society anywhere. Unfortunately, everybody is talking about change. We all want change. We want a great Nigeria like Dubai, like the United Kingdom, like the United States. Everybody wants a great country. But unfortunately, we are still the ones using our hands, our own hands, what we want to destroy that system. You see, it shouldn't be so. But as Barister Ubani has rightly said, everybody in Nigeria now thinks politics. Don't be surprised if you see me as a political player, as a politician tomorrow. Because that is the only industry that is striving in Nigeria. The political industry is the biggest industry in Nigeria, and is the most prosperous. It's the most, the gains of being in politics, of playing politics in Nigeria is so enormous, though also very delicate, because everybody wants to get to public offices to go and become very rich. So that's just the issue. With that, there is no way we can have any credible electoral system for now. Because the gladiators, the stakeholders, the politicians that are playing it, they will always want to do all they can to frustrate the system, to their own advantage, so that the result can always come to their own advantage.
Right.
So that's just it.
Okay. Barister Ubani, the permanent voters card, what's your opinion on that?
I'm here to get mine, and it is very clear. Honestly, I registered. Yes, I'm here to get mine because I'm supposed to have my, permanent voters card, because INEC should not be prevaricating about issuing it. Because even in Osun State, I understand that many people have not been given
yet.
And then you are making it as a condition for you to exercise your civic duty. So why can't you give it out?
So what is going to happen?
So what is going on? Exactly. So you are disenfranchising many, from exercising their civic responsibility. So I'm here to get mine. I have registered. I need to get mine, and of course, I want to exercise my civic responsibility in 2015, because without the permanent voters card, I understand you cannot do that any longer. So I think INEC should really, come up, with their logistics and make sure that this thing is in place, and give it them, and give them their cards. It is their entitlement. So if you now deprive 500,000 persons as alleged in Osun State from having the voters card, and can you now consider the election that is taking place on Saturday to be free and fair? Can you consider it to be credible? Because majority have been deprived. So that is not that is
I think Rotarian Salako is from Osun State.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure. Do you have a permanent card?
Exactly. That's
I have one.
Oh.
I don't know whether it's permanent
or not permanent.
What do you think will happen if the permanent voters card is there? Because they're saying about 500.
Yeah, yes, I don't have the cards.
And then there's an election today. There's an election on Saturday. So what do you foresee happening?
Yes, I want to let Nigerians know today that the strategy to win that election in Osun by any of the contending big political parties is centered around that permanent voters card. Because if Arebe Shola has about 2 million supporters and it is only 200,000 that can vote, so it means the remaining 1.8 million are just supporting him, maybe to dance around his ambition
and come to rallies.
So, but if Omishore has just 700 supporters, 700,000 supporters, and 650 can vote.
For him.
So 650 and 200,000 definitely we all know what the winner will be. So the issue is, are the people of Osun going to have the permanent voters card to vote? Do they have the permanent voters card to vote? That is what will determine who will win on
the election. That's true.
Because you see, politics is like the game of football. You can always look at one particular strong team as the one that's going to win the match. But at the end of the day, because of other strategies of the seeming weak, let me say weaker
team,
and they put the surprise of the day. It has happened when people would think it is Man U that win or Chelsea that win, and at the end of the day, one week
or anybody that will win because you call them Man U and they one Nigerian team now.
So it's like that. In politics, it is strategy. It is strategy, and that political party who has more number of people can vote, that at the end of the day, they will win. So I am appealing to INEC to be fair and just in the distribution of the permanent voters card. That is where the strategy is.
We don't have much time.
Permanent voters card.
Finally, let's take this up. The issue of security right now in Osun State. It's been said that SSS have been deployed to Osun State for the election on Saturday. Are we saying our police is no longer at work? They're no longer credible? What is going on? I think you should.
Yeah, the strange development, was introduced under Obasanjo's regime.
Okay.
Exposing the military to our electoral process. Very, very wrong. It may look right now, people are saying, we need to secure properties and lives, that is very important. The Nigerians, fear the army more than they fear the police and all that. You don't do that. What is wrong is wrong. we have the police that's supposed to maintain and order, within the territory. The military, you don't expose them; they're only for extra. Anything that has to do with external aggression. But involving them in things like this is actually not too healthy. And at the same time, I even hear that most of them are hooded. Some of the security men that came to Osun State are hooded. They're masked. They are masked. And that is another dangerous dimension and all that. And the allegation is that they are being used against some certain political parties. Arresting and terrorizing and making the environment look too tense. And then some people, innocent people, will say, "Look, I don't want to risk my life going out to vote." If we have such men that can shoot at, we have even stood shooting sporadically, I understand, in the streets, and that is not to, this, because when you talk about fairness of election, it includes activities before, during, and even after. And so, if before the election you have scared away potential voters, you have locked away people that would go out and vote, you have terrorized them, and they're not ready to come out to exercise their civic duty, then you cannot say that election to be free and fair. So, I think it's a dangerous dimension, and we must condemn it now, before it develops into a cancerous stage, of not allowing the military to be involved in the electoral process. It is very, very important. Whatever is right is right. The moment we don't condemn certain things, it festers, and before you know, it becomes cancerous. Just like we allow Boko Haram insurgency. The killings didn't start today. Killing of the Southerners in the northern region did not start, but the leaders were not ready to condemn. Now, it is back. Like everyone now has become a victim. Nobody is safe there. So, let's begin to stop things and nip it in the bud before it festers.
All right, Barister Ubani, and finally, Rotarian Salako, what is the security aspect in Osun? And I'm sure you're going to Osun, because I'm wondering if he goes to Osun.
Does he have a permanent voter's card? That's the point.
He has something that looks like that.
He registered in Lagos, so he can't go there and vote unless he transfers. There must be a transfer. There must be a transfer.
But the security aspect, now, the police, so where's the place of the police in all this? Because all we hear is military and SSS. Finally, just give us...
Well, it is all to tell Nigerians that because our police men always compromise. They have always known for the issue of compromising. So even the federal government does not have that confidence on them anymore. Because the impression, culturally, traditionally, is that put the policeman somewhere, he will always compromise. So that is why the federal government is now, whether sincerely or insincerely, introducing military. They now want to make it a normal thing that the military must always be available to
supervise our electoral process.
Someone told me that he didn't vote in Ekiti. That person lives in Ekiti. He told me he didn't vote in Ekiti because of the huge intimidating presence of the soldiers. That 2 days to the election, he had to move his family out of that place to the neighboring environment. So that is exactly what the over-militarization of a small state like Osun can cause. So many people are definitely not going to vote on Saturday because they are going to fear for their lives. If over-militarization is going to create tension, definitely some people are going to be destabilized. They will not vote. But let me say one thing about the peculiarities of democracy.
Because we don't have much
democracy is so powerful that it will place the same permanent voters card in the hands of those non-entities. It will also place it in the hands of that professor, those learned people. It will not tell them to go and vote. In a situation whereby we have more non-entities clean up, against those of the elected people, who are they going to vote?
Wow.
That is what has happened in Ekiti. And I don't pray that happens in Osun, because I'm from Osun State and I want the best.
If APC loses action, they have lost their dynasty.
This is quite interesting, talking about our electoral process and what is going on in Osun State right now. Well, you're out there. Your Osun State, the election is on Saturday. You're in Osun or wherever you are. Just make sure you're careful and do the right thing as a citizen of Nigeria. Well, I've been talking to Rotarian Kayode Salako and also Barister Ubani. We don't have much time, don't worry. We'll always bring them back here again on our political segment. Well, my name still remains Adenike Sonda. Until I come your way next week, Thursday again on our political segment. But don't go away because Justin will be right back.